During the last 4 years of my 20-year career as a teacher in public high schools in a Midwestern city, I taught teenagers at a county juvenile detention center. About a week or two before winter break, during my first school year at the detention center, a 16-year-old student in our class was yanked from the juvenile detention facility and placed in the county's adult jail. Legal processes, commonly referred to as transfer laws, exist in all 50 states and allow prosecutors to charge thousands of young people each year as if they are adults for crimes allegedly committed while aged 17 or younger, even though all available evidence indicates that these transfer practices do more harm than good. The student forced from our class that December was 15 years old at the time of his alleged illegal behavior. I was heartbroken. This genial teen had spent the prior 3 months enthusiastically earning high school credits in our class, yet he did not have access to any educational services or opportunities for an entire year while captive in the adult jail and waiting for his case to be resolved. Furthermore, this teen, a significant amount of teens at the juvenile detention facility, and thousands of incarcerated young people across the United States have individual education programs, or IEPs, in accordance with federal civil rights protections for students with disabilities under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA, which attempts to ensure that everyone receives access to a free, appropriate public education through age 21. In locally operated adult jails across the United States, county officials and personnel continuously disregard protections afforded through the IDEA. Of course, there's also always resistance by those whose rights are being violated, like the young people whose experiences compelled me on this journey. In my research, I use historical, legal, and activist archival data and narratives, along with critical and intersectional frameworks, to illustrate the broad contradictions between the IDEA's intentions and how its implementation is interpreted, enacted, manipulated, or nullified with regard to young people being held in adult jails. The research also supports an understanding of childhood and other categorizations, such as disability, as shifting and invented constructs. I'm interested in the limitations and potentialities of the IDEA and this issue of educational access in adult jails as a component of movements for transformative justice, abolition litigation, and local-level decarceration. Importantly, what I investigate and report represents the lived experiences of those affected by carceral systems and institutions. The student mentioned at the beginning of this presentation did manage to graduate from high school in May of 2021, but it took coalitional efforts and his relentless persistence for 7 years. It does not have to be like this. They can lead us to something better, and those affected can also lead us to something more equitable and just. Thank you.